Hello there, my name's Miss Sam from Park Primary. Hello, my name's Miss Sam from Park Primary? No, oi, you, listen, the name's Miss Sam from Park Primary. In our reading lesson today, which is mainly for year threes, we are going to be looking at inferencing around characterization. So that is why you saw 3 different Miss Sams there, but I promised this one is the right one. So, for example, we are going to be looking at the way people speak, we're going to be looking at their actions, and hopefully this will give us a little bit of an insight to what they are like as a character. So, for example, with Miss Sam number 2, we could safely say that she was a little bit nervous. Who, me? Yes, you. So, we will explore what characters say, how they say it, and what they do. Doing this will help you to understand a character better. Let's talk about the word inference. So, inference means to draw a conclusion about something based on the information that we have. Sometimes we aren't given all the facts and information, so we need to use what we've got to help us understand. Inference is a really important skill for us as a reader. We can infer information about a character from what is written, which is what we are doing today. But we can also infer from the images in a book or from the front cover. We can infer how the writer wants us to respond to a character or a setting based on the words they choose. Let's get inferring.
But Miss, what is the point? Why do we even need to know this?
Because in life, we aren't given everything, guys. A lot of information about a person is through what they do and how they do it, not just about what they say. We can enjoy books more if the characters come to life in our heads. Let's begin by looking at a picture. So, what do we know for sure? This is what we do before we need to infer. Have a good look at this interesting photograph. So, what do we know? He is a man. He is quite old. We can see that. He has wrinkles, so I think that's fair to say. He is quite old. He is smartly dressed. He has a blazer jacket and smart trousers. We can see he's sitting. All of these are things that we know and we can be very sure of. If we were asked the question, what is the man wearing? We could answer that. If it was, who is sitting? The answer is, that man is sitting. So we know these things for sure. But most of the time, we might need to go a little deeper and start thinking about the things that we can't know for sure. Why might he be sitting down? Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's waiting for somebody. Maybe he's had some bad news and he needs to sit down to process it. Oh, look, he has a book. Maybe he just wants to read. Maybe he's looking at the ocean. These maybes are all examples of inferences. Some are better than others. For example, why would it be a poor inference to say that the man is sitting because he's just ran a marathon? Why would that be a poor inference? Well, for example, he doesn't look like he's just run a marathon. He's not sweating at all. And I'd imagine that you'd be quite sweaty if you'd run for such a long time. He doesn't look like he has any water with him. He isn't wearing any running kind of attire. So he's not wearing any tracksuit bottoms or shorts. He definitely isn't wearing the right kind of shoes to be running. So I think we can safely say that he is not sitting because he's just ran a marathon. This is what inference is like. It's looking for clues to see if we can find out more about the character. This could be in an image or a text. So let's look at some text. Now, inferring from a text may seem harder than inferring from an image, but we are doing exactly the same thing. We are asking ourselves exactly the same question. So let's have a look at this text. It might tell us a little bit more about the image. Mustafa paced on the balcony, looking out occasionally at the ocean. With his hand rubbing his forehead, he decided to check his notes one more time. He lowered himself down to sit, adjusting his suit so it wouldn't crease, and he unfolded his paper, smoothing out the wrinkles. The clattering sound of plates from inside signaled that it was nearly time. He cleared his throat and took a deep breath. Oh, now I'm thinking a little bit differently about the character in the picture. So he isn't just sitting down, chilling, reading, looking out at the ocean. Something fairly important is happening. Let's unpick it and make some inferences together. So, Mustafa paced on the balcony. That's an interesting word. What does it mean? It's not the same as walking normally. It's not sprinting. It's not wandering. It's walking around lost in your thoughts or when you are making big decisions. Okay, next. He was rubbing his forehead and checking his notes. What could that mean? So we know he is pacing. Maybe he's rubbing his head in thought too. And he has notes. When do we use notes? Maybe he's going to perform. Maybe it is song lyrics. It is something he needs to practice. Otherwise he wouldn't be looking at it, would he? It's something he needs to know. He looks stressed and he is pacing. So we know he's deep in thought. What could it be? Yeah, you're right. Maybe he's doing some sort of speech or presentation. Wait a minute. It said checking his notes one more time. That's important. This means he has looked at them a lot and he has one last time to look at them. Something must be happening soon. Let's look at that bit about the plates. It said there was a sound of clattering plates. When do we use plates? When we are eating. If it's really noisy, it must mean lots of people are eating. So it's not a normal dinner. You don't usually have loads and loads of people around for dinner, do you? And it said it signaled that it was nearly time. Nearly time for what? Again, this suggests that something is about to happen. It must link to why he is stressing out over these notes. And he cleared his throat. When do we do that? When we're about to talk. So, with all this information, I think I can make a smart inference here. I think that he is at an occasion and that possibly he needs to deliver a speech of some kind to a lot of people. Maybe this is something that he's really nervous about, hence why he's pacing up and down and looking at his notes. But do we know this for certain? Are we absolutely sure that this man, Mustafa, is at an occasion and he is definitely giving a speech? Well, no. We cannot be 100% sure that that is what's happening. But all the clues suggest that there's a strong possibility that that is what is going on. In books, authors can't give us everything. Otherwise, it would be a very, very long book. And you probably get very, very bored. So they want us to make educated guesses. They want us to imagine what might be happening and to create that character in our heads for ourselves. So now it's your turn. I am going to share an image with you and some text, and I'd like you to try and make some inferences about them. Just like we did together, I want you to first look at what you can see in the picture. What do you know for sure? And then we'll have a look and see what could be happening. Let's come up with 6 ideas about what could be happening. Those 6 ideas are our inferences. Then we are going to look at the text and see what inferences we can make from that. Are they going to change what we thought beforehand? Or do they go along with what we thought? Here's the image. Okay, I'll do one with you on the image, but only because you are so brilliant. So, what have we got here that we know? Let me start you off. There are two children sitting at a laptop. I can see that. And to me, they look happy. Let's start inferring why. Over to you. Pause the video now, download the image and the text, and see what inferences you can make. Pause me. Whoa! Oh, I've been unpaused. Well, that must mean that you have finished the task. And if you haven't, pause me again right now so that you can get on it. Okay, so hopefully you've made some fabulous inferences, making sure that you looked at what you could see and then started to think about what could be happening. I've really enjoyed sharing this time with you today, and I'm sure that your teachers will love to see the inferences that you have made. My name is Miss Sam from Park Primary, and I hope that I get to see you and teach you again soon. I'm going to read my new book called The Barnabas Project by the Fan Brothers. It's about a pet that isn't quite perfect. I'll let you know how I get on.